All right, guys, I've got one heck of a video for you today. A hedge fund is shutting down. It didn't really collapse, but I thought collapse was a good term because they lost so much money that their investors have started pulling out to go to safer options. Interesting. So your product wasn't safe. And one of the other things that I found great was the explanation that they gave. So I want to jump right into this. We're going to look at 3 different articles as well as what short selling is and why it caused this hedge fund right here to collapse into nothing. All right, so this is from Reuters. We're just going to dive right into it. London-based hedge fund White Square Capital is shutting down. They lost a ton of money due to this. Let's face it. They screwed up. They screwed the pooch. They decided to short sell GameStop when they knew damn well. I mean, come on. They knew. And they kept doing it, that WallStreetBets and Reddit and the retail investors were going all in on GameStop. And I don't mean to laugh, but it is kind of funny to see the fact that a forum, the fact that a subreddit where anybody can post, they post joke memes half the time, was able to do this with GME, AMC, all these different stocks. And they've identified a method to bring hedge funds to their knees because they're going after the stocks that are being short sold at ridiculous amounts. They're buying those outstanding shares. They're taking them off the market and just holding them. And when you start running out of shares, you run into a short squeeze situation, which is great. So let's look at this Financial Times article. It's a little bit better. Let me zoom in. Hedge fund bets, blah, blah, blah. It was run. They're shutting its main fund and return capital this month after a review of their business model. Now, excuse me. Sorry about that. They only managed about $440 million in assets. They lost double-digit percent, suffered double-digit percent losses in January. I wonder why. Now, they're not the only ones. Melvin Capital, they also lost a lot of money in this. Melvin was down about 44.7%. Light Street, another one, was down 20.1%. I mean, these are huge. Now the guy who is in charge of this hedge fund, he was making good money. He was at Merrill Lynch, had made double-digit gains at White Square in 2015 and 2016. This was just a really bad bet. And, that's what happens. White Square had been due to receive investor inflows again in May, but decided instead to shut the fund. The arbitrage opportunities have diminished with both the onslaught of capital caused by central bank monetary interventions. Doesn't that sound like you're trying to pass the buck? You lost the money, bud. You need to be held accountable for losing that money and for short selling something that you probably should have realized was not a good idea to short sell. So I know I'm not really talking too much about it, but I thought this was great. And I want to show you what short selling is. And I found this article that actually does a really good job explaining it. So check out this article. But here it is. In a short sell, right? I'm going to do an example. I have a pen. And I think I can buy this pen in a week for $5 less. So I tell you, let me borrow your pen. So I borrow your pen and I sell it for $10. And in a week, I buy it for $5 and I give it back to you. I just made $5. Now, what happens if that pen, they say, you know what? I'm not going to sell it to you for $10. I'm going to sell it to you for $15. Well, I just lost $15. right? And I got to give the share back. So it's not fun. Actually, it's not $15. I'm sorry. Just lost $5, right? You know, it's a game that you're playing, and if that stock keeps going up like it did with AMC and GME it's occurring, the losses are insurmountable. I mean, stock price, there's no limit on stock price. There's a limit on how low it can go. You can always, if you buy something and you expect it to go up, okay, you're going to make a few dollars, but you can only lose what the value of that share is, what you spent on it. Whereas short selling, you could lose 2, 3, 4 times the value of the share because it skyrockets like it did with GME. Now, I'm not happy. I feel bad for these guys having to shut their fund down, but they need to be more aware of what's going on. There's also a real big issue with short selling. We saw Congress look at this. We saw some issues with Robinhood. There's some sketchy stuff that went on that caused the whole GME GameStop thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But, again, a group of people on Reddit brought down a hedge fund. I never thought I would see the day. Now, remember, guys, I do this for fun. That's all. Leave some comments, likes below. I'm a little tired, so this video may not get posted or stay up very long, because if I rewatch it and realize I said something wrong, I'll probably just delete it. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and like and follow or subscribe. Remember, money isn't hard.